I just thought that's why I'm trying to keep my legs still, that you all do like it. But I can't let this moment go just without saying a few thank yous to just one or two people. Firstly, to the Village Hall Committee, who came forward in 2010 to form the committee to actually carry out this project. And as I said last night, I hope we've had a bit of fun along the way doing it. The other person I'd like to thank in particular is my brother, who's just stood over there by the van, who was the guy who... not Harold. And he was the guy who took all your ideas, all the correspondence that we had and everything, and designed Phase 1 building, which a certain gentleman in the village had better ideas, who was Harold. And I was driving in my car one afternoon and I got a phone call from Harold and said, who do I send the ideas to for the village hall? So I said, well, you write to me. So he said, right, he said, you won't start building before you get the letter, will you? And it was Harold's idea for the observation deck, which is now the most talked about piece of architecture, I think, in this village. And when you get up there, you'll see why. It was absolutely beautiful up there last night with the sunset and the ships going by. So a very big thank you to my brother, who's put up with an awful lot. I never think families working together work well, but we've got through the last 60 odd years, so I suppose the last bit was alright. The main contractors we need to say thank you to, which is Brian Fell. We did make a decision that we wanted to use some local builders, local expertise, and they were very, very helpful all the way through. We actually put the contract out to 5 builders in the area, but they did a magnificent job in actually helping us put particularly the claim forward to the lottery. The parish council, of course, who supported the whole project, not only with financial contributions, but from the Paull Improvement Fund, but also with their professional expertise and guidance throughout the way. The village hall has been on the agenda of the parish council ever since the project started 3 years ago. Of course, we have to say thank you to the big lottery for this. Where's Harry? She's gone. Oh, she's here. You got that cheque? Oh, Harry's saving this for our holidays, so I wish we got some good this year. Yeah. So when they sent us that, and the children of the village came down to receive it in July, early on this year, but as you can see, we got £464,495 from them, and it's the only time in my life I've been happy being accused of being a deprived village. There you go. So we hope you like it, and it's most importantly, it's what you asked us to deliver. And of course we'll open the doors very shortly so you can be the judge and jury. So let's move on to the official opening itself. The idea of the observation deck, as we say, came from Harold, for which we are very grateful. It's already become a main talking point of the building, and shortly I will ask Harold to actually formally open it. He's going to go up there and cut the ribbon, and I hope he don't fall over the balcony. We see. Access to the upstairs deck when you go is actually via this staircase. There is a lift inside, but we'd like to keep that for disabled people for the day, because it only takes about 4 people, and getting 4 people at a time takes an awful long time. So if you could use that staircase, that would be great. One of the policies for this building was that we were not building it for ourselves, we weren't building it for our generation, we were building it for the next generation. As Dudley and I have just been talking about, our memories went with the old village hall and the New Year's Eve, which I'm sure many of you came with us and entertained us. I can remember walking out of here with Gerald Ruckyard at 4:45 on New Year's Day, and I don't know what time we got home, but there was some fantastic memories. But all our memories went with that. This was for the new generation, which is why it's a very, very modern building. It's got full super fast broadband in, so there's nobody in the village now can say they haven't got access to the broadband. All you do is you bring your laptop in here, or use one of the computers in here, and you direct onto the internet. So everybody in this village has now got direct access, which must be a first for the village in East Yorkshire. When we do open, there will be some tea and coffee up for sale if you bear with us, because it'll be our first time we'll be using the kettles. Mark has actually baked some beautiful cakes and scones, which I shall be having one later, so we'll be selling those. And as I said, one of these main policies was really about the young children. And a lot of the ideas around the broadband and how we should use the internet came from them on meetings we had over the school. So what we'd like to do today is to carry on that symbol that we did. And we're actually going to hand the keys over to little Emily, who's actually going to be representing the school, and hopefully will take responsibility for the building going forward. To symbolise that, we had planned that the best person to open the village hall, who's done more for this village in terms of what he did for the youth club and the village hall and all that sort of thing, was Mr. Dudley Hill. And I'm now talking about, as he's referred to in the village, as Old Dud, with the greatest respect. But unfortunately now, as everybody knows, Dud died a few days ago, which is very sad. Dud was telling me about how he was even speaking about being here or not being here, you know, right up to the moment when he passed away. But as we said, the main reason he was coming was to hand over from the old generation finally to the new generation. So we're very, very grateful that actually Dawn and Dudley are here today to complete that. And they will hand the keys over to Emily a bit later on. Very shortly, because it's getting a bit cold. So in one moment, so Dawn will officially open the doors and hand the keys over to the children. And then we shall go inside where Harold will open the observation desk. And then if one or two people come up, we'll just make a couple of presentations up there. There we go. That's it, that's up there. So that's it, that's that bit finished. So with your blessing then, I'll ask Dawn to come forward and Dud. So first of all, we've got a set of golden scissors, because you need to cut your way in. Got scissors, Harry? There we go, dog.
Yeah, you do, yeah. I've got to be registered, haven't I?
Can you join them together?